Okay, so we used this chart to give you an idea about what was going to happen in the fable, The Crow and the Pitcher. So after you read The Crow and the Pitcher, you went through the fable and you found the different parts of the story that I included right here, and you labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So what I want you to do for me now is I want you to look at this chart right here, and I want you to tell me which one of these represents a problem.
Number 2 is sadly the water was too low for the crow to reach.
Okay, so where in here could you make an annotation that that's the problem?
Here it said, but to his dismay, the crow found that the water was too low.
Okay, so let's read with your pencil. And I want you to annotate that. Don't just underline it, but what can you add so that you know when you look at it that that part right there is the problem? What can you write off in the margin?
Can reach the water.
Is this one the problem? Right here? So if I were you, I would underline it, and then off to the side I would write problem. And what do you think I'm going to ask you for now?
A solution.
Yes. Where are you going to find the solution?
It was number 5.
Mm-hmm.
He said, started to drop pebbles into the pitcher, and the water rose.
And so where does it say that in the text?
It says, he took one pebble in his beak and dropped it into the pitcher. The water rose a tiny bit.
And what are you going to write for your annotation?
Solution.
Good job. So now we have something right here that I didn't fill in. It's something that I want you to fill in. It's what lesson that we learned based off of this fable.
We learned that you have to it says it in the sentences, where force fails, patience will often succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means if you have patience, you will often.
Let's take these words right here, and we're going to use these words to turn in what we learned. We're going to use these words and make new words, like using synonyms. So I'm going to give you a sentence frame, and I'm going to start with this. Even if, how can we finish that?
Even if it takes a long time, you can succeed.
Even if it takes a long time, you can succeed. So you're talking about patience, right? Is that what I'm hearing? Okay. So I think it's okay that you use the word patience. I think that's okay. But what I'm looking for here is how can we say this section right here in a different way so that we're not just copying the lesson, because that's what we've been working on, is paraphrasing, using our own words, and you've been doing a really good job at that. So then how can I started our sentence, even if, and we're going to use the word patience.
Even if patience.
We're going to use patience last. Let's talk about this. Look at this section right
Even
here.
if you fail at something,
Uh-huh.
patience often pays.
Oh, patience often pays off. Why was the crow failing at knocking over the pitcher?
Because it had too much water in it and he was only so big.
Oh, so the crow was smaller or lighter than the pitcher. Is that what you're saying? So it says the pitcher was too heavy, right?
Yes.
Okay. And right here it says when force fails. You know what force is? Force is like, that's force. Do you feel that?
Yes.
So the crow wasn't strong enough to do that to the pitcher. So he had to think of something else. That's where the patience came in. Because he knew if he did something little by little, he would succeed. Okay?
Takes time to succeed.
Oh, okay. It takes time. That's another way, instead of using the word patience, you could say that. So even if, what do you think?
Even if it takes a long time, you will often succeed
With
patience.
With patience. Okay, let's write that down.
Even if, but doesn't takes a long time, like mean patience, so you're kind of saying it twice. Right?
Even if something takes a long time, you will succeed with patience. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But remember, we're talking about force.
Or you can say you have to have patience.
So, can I give you an example of what I was thinking? Even if someone is weak, comma, a creative and patient mind will help them succeed in the end. Can you think of like a real life example where that might be true?
If you, let's say, you can't cross something for some reason, you can think of an idea to maybe go around. If it's like, or you can do